every part of being an artist these days is fake. It was not a small DJ, a big DJ who was playing a gig, and there was not many people. Added with AI, they added people. And
You tell me like I cannot achieve it. Fuel, you just pumped 300 gallon of gas in my chest, buddy. Today's guest is Biesmans, Belgian DJ and producer who's been in electronic music for over 30 years. He built his career from the ground up in Berlin's underground scene, held a long residency at Watergate, and has toured all over the place. He recently launched his own studio working with artists and is one of the rare people in this industry who's genuinely seen everything: the hype cycles, the crash, the reinvention, the long game. In this conversation, we go deep in the psychology behind a career that lasts, but we also go deep into what he wishes someone had told him when he started out. If you're an upcoming DJ trying to figure this out, the bookings, the social media game, the music, the mindset, this one is for you. Here's our conversation. Strip away every label, every release, every gig you've ever played. Who is the person underneath all of that? And do you actually love him?
I do love him. I guess I didn't expect it, this question. Of course. I mean, like throughout the years, it has become such a normal thing for me. Music, it's like a part of me. So like away from all the releases and everything, I mean, music will still stay at the core, and without any release or any label or whatever, and it has been for more than 30 years now, or like roughly 30 years that I'm like deeply invested, and I still love that part of me. I still love this creative need, this hunger for that, and I'm very grateful. That's like the very grateful that I have this hunger and this drive still after so many years or whatever. It's just like, it's like breathing.
Yeah, amazing. It's important to love it, ourselves.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and it's not always. I mean, I would lie if it always was like this, because I can also be hard on myself if things are not going the way I like it. And I think it is stupid to then be hard on yourself, because it's not improving things. But I guess I have to keep on learning these things, especially in like this environment where things is so it's so fake, everything, and you compare yourself with many people or many things, and things become always like you feel that's not good enough, and that's something that you always need to step back and like don't be too hard on yourself, and strip away all the bullshit and the music, the love for the music. That's what keeps you going. So
what do you think is fake?
I think every part of being an artist these days is fake until a certain level. I mean, like, numbers are not real that you see. I don't say that everybody does that, but I mean, like, we're playing this whole different game where everything is like numbers based, and like Spotify numbers can be fake, and Instagram numbers can be fake, and there is like a whole different factors at play. If you see your career on Instagram, it's always throughout the lens of like, let's make it as big as possible. I just recently heard of some DJ, I will not like name him, but like that and it was not a small DJ, a big DJ, who was playing a gig, and there was not many people, and they added with AI, they added people, and every aspect of this industry, of this circus, seems to be like
totally fake. Yeah, and I think it's stupid, but because I think it's deserving. I see what you mean, because I also see like people shooting themselves let's say, play Tomorrowland for the first time, and you see that there's nobody in the crowd, and so they don't shoot the crowd. Have you seen that? You know what I mean? They're like, and then they don't want to show the crowd. Actually, just leverage that. Show that, you're just starting out, that, there's nobody in the crowd. I think like you can leverage that way more than like faking it. You know what I mean? I think it's they're completely wrong on how to market themselves. I think authenticity wins,
Yeah, I saw people also like taking that as you say, like making it a thing, like look, I have found maybe 10 people are really into the set and just came this huge stage and they just came from me, which feeds into that authenticity and I think it's really genuinely cool. But yeah, I mean, it's also this thing it's all pumped up. It's all to the max, maximized to the max,
and I think I totally agree with you. I think like it's coming to an end. I think it's coming to an end because it's always like that. You go up, and then like the market needs to like crash, and everybody's hiding likes and stuff. Like I think they don't really understand so much the roots of marketing and selling things, which is ultimately like the more you're gonna lie, the less it's gonna serve you in the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
I think they got it wrong. I think the ones who are winning and are gonna win in the soon future are the ones who are raw. You know what I mean? I see that. But yeah, I feel you. So yeah, that's why I asked you also about that, because since you've been there like for a long time, you definitely built wisdom. So that's what's interesting to get from you.
I don't know.
I mean, you could also not have built wisdom, but I hoped that you had.
I mean, throughout the years, I built some knowledge. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I guess anybody that gets older, what I think is like if you're new in this industry, it's very, very different. So like going through this adventure, like when I started, there was different wisdom needed, maybe, or now they need different skill sets, and but being so long in the industry, it kind of like
coming back to what you were saying about like buying the streams and stuff. I feel like I heard many times that even at the time they were buying the CDs, like the labels, to like get the gold records. So I believe that it's just the same thing happening, but now we have control over it, and so people are just doing what the labels were doing. No, do you think like it actually has changed? Except like now everybody is in control.
I mean, certain aspects definitely have not changed, because I heard that too. Like labels would actually like buy their own records and to get it into the charts. But now like every aspect is so. I mean, back then a booker was not checking how many records you have sold. Like now there's like every aspect is monitored. Like, okay, you have 100,000 followers, you have 500,000 monthly Spotify list. Even if that's bullshit, because like
totally
the thing with the whole streaming is also that's another game, and you can have 500,000 monthly listeners, but none of like maybe 5% actually comes to listen to you because they won, and the other 95% listens to the playlist that you're in and gets pushed by the algorithm, and it runs in the back. And that's not a metric, but it's all metrics that are being used now, like as in this thing, in this mix for bookers and for people. Like, okay, what is their engagement? You have like everything, every aspect is measured to the percentage. Like, like you have tools where you can measure every single thing, and that was, I guess, harder back in the days. And the fact that these algorithms can be played very easily, and these things can be influenced very unorganically by somebody that knows how to influence that system rather than make good music, or to be passionate about like making a deep connection with music and to bring that connection out in the world, they make a connection with this algorithm, or they know how to play that game, and that's a different game. That's what I mean. Like that changed definitely.
Yeah, I totally agree.
It's still, I mean, it's still music business. So yeah.
Quick break. If you're a DJ and you feel stuck, not getting bookings, not growing on Instagram, not sure what to do next, I might have something that can help you. I just launched Highbloo DJ University, where I teach exactly what I'm doing right now as I rebuild my DJ career. How to grow your DJ Instagram, how to get a fully booked calendar, and how to build a brand that actually works. It's a YouTube channel with tons of free content. Link is in the description. Now back to the conversation. I agree totally, because I'm growing like super fast on Instagram, and I mean, I see it that, you know, it's like the engagement is high, but it's not going to convert to my music, you know, but I know how to use the tool, so it will create the illusion that, you know, wow, you know, but it's to some extent fake. I would totally agree, and yeah, you can have like so much monthly listeners, and like the engagement is really like the community engagement is the actual metric normally, you know, rather than like just numbers.
If you have 1,000 people like actually listening and tuning in and going to Spotify to listen to your track, it's something completely different than 100,000 people having you run through a playlist like barbecue vibes Saturday afternoon or whatever, or you know, like or something that is. I mean, if you have like 1,000 people actually listening, your thing, and actually buying a track, that's a whole different story than 500,000 monthly listeners that are pushed by algorithmic.
Yeah, it's also like just like the volume nowadays is crazy. So yeah, but okay. If I look at your page and I really appreciate your content, I think that's the way to stand out. You're not like chasing a trend or something. You're just doing what is authentic, and I think that's winning, you know, compared to other things, you know, to be fair.
I like it. I mean, I like to do it like this also, or like I figure if you want to push content, you need to find also a way to make it enjoyable, because otherwise it's like really, really hard. And it's also,
but it makes sense based who you are, yeah, because we can feel that it makes sense based of it's authentic, and I think that is winning way more than like.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that what it conveys when you do it like that, that's what I'm trying to do as well with mine. You know, it's like everything I share is intentional based off my background, my brand, like who I am. You know, I'm not chasing engagement, I'm chasing branded stuff, and then I found the format that works inside the thing. But I think that approach, like you as well, I think it's brand, and I think brand is really powerful, you know, because you tell the story of who you are and people resonate with that, you know, then because yes, people resonate with trends, but it does not have a profound impact as your content, because it has more depth, and so people are more connected to depth by you know, by definition, because that's who they really are, you know what I mean? So I think it's more powerful. I think people are just really chasing the wrong things, and they're chasing the metrics, which are not converting the same way in people's heart, you know, and still we are human beings, and that's what converts. It's the heart. And so things are your content will convert in the heart, and that works, you know what I mean? So I think I think that's what works, but people are confused, really.
Well, I actually like I made myself a plan last year. I think I started like because it felt always like a burden to do social media, and I was always like, what do I do now? And then I started to make an actual plan of I want to do like 3 posts per week, and what am I going to post, and how am I going to do it, and free some headspace, you know, to like see, does this piece of work, does this not every piece of content needs to be like something that like gets you new followers also. You know, I want to also
Yeah.
put some pieces of content there, like for me, something that I want to show, what I'm working on, and not everything needs to be like for the most reach, and some
Totally.
are there to get more followers and find like could this be like that this is an audience like that comes and converts into like an actual fan. So I made this plan and I stick with it. I try to stick with it as good as possible. I kind of stuck with it, like the 3 posts per week format. I adjust also according to way, and yeah, I'm happy with this move, or I'm happy it freed a lot of headspace. It's still a lot of work. It will always be a lot of work, but at least it's clear what needs to be done. If you are looking for something, then you usually make like mediocre content or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. This podcast, for instance, the clips, they don't get followers. They don't get any engagement, but the mission behind is to actually remind people of those things we're talking, you know? And, but one thing I would like to add is that what you do, your content, when I say we feel that it's your brand, I think that when you do something, for me, like your content, it's art. What I mean by that is I see it as art for me. The people who approach it like you, because we see your studio, we see your universe, the way you're gonna film it, the way you're gonna make a decision to film it and to intentionally like make it. I think for me, this is art, you know, like it's just a new type of art. Social media can be used that way. Yeah. It's a creative process, you know, so you express still yourself, which is the artist. So for me, it's art. There are many people like, you know, like the things you do sometime with the, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's an NPC or whatever, like, you know, you do some kind of things like that. Yeah. Well, for me, this is still fucking art, you know, so I don't see this as like, oh, this guy is doing content because he needs to do it. I feel, for me, it conveys like I'm doing art and I'm trying to put a piece of art out there still, you know? That's how I'm trying to approach it still. Because for me, branding and, you see, I'm passionate about that. I'm passionate about like aesthetic, visual, movies, you know, not only music. So when I see content like yours and other artists, like, I think it's still art for me. It still resonates like that. You know what I mean? So I think it's not like, I think artists should always think it that way, rather than like, oh, I have to make content and there may be a shame to post on social media, but you can make art, like, you know what I mean?
Well, but that's what I was saying with like trying to make a way that it becomes also something that you enjoy making and doing, you know, like that was for me also a big thing. And I think it's also like learning new aspects of, first of all, like, well, video editing. It's kind of like very close to music making, but also
totally.
like learning how to tell a story, how to tell a engaging story, and you know, like how to bring your twist to it, and learning these steps, you know, it's very interesting for me. I like, because I like to do it. I like to reinvent myself in a way, you know, like you get to reinvent. You have to adapt to the new world, or to the new media that's there, and storytelling is like a huge part of that, because storytelling is also part of what I do with music, and has always been a very important part for me. So I feel that's like kind of like an extension and something where I went deeper in, like, how do I really tell stories then, and engaging stories with the content that I create.
Yeah, and I think it succeeds on the promise. So
okay, thank you.
Like, I think people should do, like, other artists like should really let go and try their way into storytelling and stuff like that, because for me it's just really still creative and amazing. to see artists doing it. I was always passionate about people doing that, even before social media,
Yeah, I mean, I love that too, and like I frankly got like so sick of seeing all these 10-second clips of like hands up moments, and I mean, it's nice. You can post some stuff, but I mean.
But that makes it so too much about the person itself, It's too much ego-centered.
It's very ego-centered. I mean, I guess it's also a tool for bookers to see like that you're active and stuff. And it's not that I never post. Like, I mean, I play a lot in places where you cannot film anyway. So I don't have too much content. And if I have like really nice images, I will also post them. But like personally, it's not content that I like to see. If I want to see content, I like to see storytelling, and I like to see things that goes beyond like what a big stage is this artist now playing, and like it's not something that I'm interested in. And I frankly don't think that many people are like, I don't know, like who's really enjoying this content. I guess like if you're a fan of somebody, you will like it, but who's enjoying this type of content?
I personally hate it. Like I said it in the previous podcast, I think that because I'm so passionate about brand, I always gonna mention that word brand. But because for me, like branding is telling a story, and I think that branding is about making your audience the hero of the story, because they're gonna resonate with it. And I agree with you. Like, if you just make it about you all the time, you know what I mean, and you don't bring value, then who cares? If it's just like posting selfies and looking good, like nobody cares, really. Like, it might just get engagement and go viral to some extent, like with luck. But there's always a part of people. Like, music is about people. It's never just about music, It's always people.
It's about connection.
It's people reflecting. It's the mirror of themselves they hear, So it's never about music or anything. It's always just about people. Everything is about yourself in your own life. So this is the show's signature question. Someone walks in right now and offers you 25 million euros to stop making music forever. You take it or not?
Oh, it's impossible. I mean, I wish I could say yes, but it will be impossible. It's like there would be no meaning, There would be zero meaning. I mean, what am I with 25 million euro? And I will be unhappy for the rest of my life. That's not. I mean, it's impossible. I can never think that. It's like it's just it's too difficult.
So like it's meaning that you would lose.
Everything. Complete. Yeah, of course. Like if I lose, that's like, I mean, I create because there's like I said before, like I have a deep hunger after all these years still for creating, and music is like it's part of who I am, like how I express myself, the music that I make, and I would lose like all my meaning, like if I have like full money, like no worry in the world about that financial part, and I would not be able to make music, like it would be useless. I don't know, it would be useless. Like I don't see how I would go on with that.
Yeah,
make me deeply unhappy, and I would be rich, and then
rich with no purpose anymore. But do you think we're just meant to have just one purpose?
No, maybe not at all. I mean, definitely not. I mean, I have a beautiful daughter, and that's like a huge purpose too. But I cannot see how I can not make music, because it's been such a deeply rooted thing of my life. I started making music when I was 12 years old, and I can take a break, maybe a month or so, but like I don't see how I could not be be doing music anymore. That's like, I just don't see it. I don't see it. I think, yeah, money isn't everything. And of course, I have family, and then and that's definitely also another purpose. Maybe I would, with 25 euros, I would find another purpose, but I don't see how music cannot be part of my life.
All right. When you were a kid, what was the thing that made you feel most alive, and how connected is that to what you're doing now?
I think I have like kind of I'm a bit ADHD, or like I have ADHD, maybe undiagnosed. But if you would ask my mother, she will say yeah. I did some. Well, I need big impulses. Let me say it like that. You know, like as a kid, I used to love like motorsport, or like we used to have like motorcycle and karting, go-karting, and that was like really like this adrenaline rush, you know, like and I started also young. We had the motorcycle.
It's big in Limburg, or what? It's big in your region, I guess, because everybody comes through in the karting space. They all come from there.
Yeah. Well, you have in Genk.
Verstappen, he's from there.
Yeah, well, you have in Genk, you have the karting, like a racetrack. And,
exactly.
And so yeah, that's there. And I was also like for many years into that, like, and I guess like this adrenaline rush and this high impulses thing is something that I always needed, or always felt I needed, and I think it's still like part of like of sharing your music, being on a stage. Doesn't necessarily matter how big it is, you know. It's like getting this deep connection with people gives me also a rush, you know. Like it gives me, or making music and making an idea, and you know, you really like nail it, or like I feel like, yes, this is really, that gives me also like this kick,
rush,
you know, like I love that.
The traveling also sometimes with like heavy packed weekends, you know, like you change places and it's like really fast paced.
It's also fast paced, although I have been enjoying that a bit less now that I have a family. Yeah. I mean, it's nice, but if you start doing like intercontinental tours, and I like it less and less. Like if I'm traveling for 2 weeks, you know, doing on tour, and my family's at home, like I don't know. I like it less than before my daughter was born. My girlfriend, she would join me maybe on tour. We were doing like Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, and we went together. And then it's also like, it was a bit different. And I think before she was there, it was different. Now that she's there, I enjoy it a bit less. Not that I enjoy playing less. I love to play, but yeah, the gig needs to be also really lining up. And I'm not gonna go and like tour 2 weeks if it's not like a really good tour, or where I not feel like, okay, this is really worth leaving my family for, you know.
Totally, yeah. It's another season for you.
Yeah, it changes. I mean, it changed for me really when she was born. Yeah, you think before it was like trying to get as many gigs as possible, but I don't feel that right now. That I need to take every gig, and that I need to have like 3 gigs a week, to traveling and then not seeing my little girl, or not have any. I'm very happy if I can also spend the weekend with my girl, and really spend some real time. And the week you're working, so you know. If you're always working and in the weekends you're traveling, and in the week it's not the same as the weekend, because you know, then when do you have some real time with her?
You feel so connected to your daughter that when you connect to the other people, there's some form of disconnection that now you feel, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It's amazing to have that, actually, you know? To recenter to what matters.
Absolutely.
So, okay, who in your early life made you feel like you had to earn the right to take up space? And do you think you've stopped needing to prove it to them.
How do you mean to take up space?
So like, you know, some people, they force you to some extent, intentionally or unintentionally, to make you prove themselves to them. And so it can be in a parenthood situation, it can be, you know,
I guess every parent does that to a certain extent, I guess. I mean, for all of us. But I mean, yeah, I guess all our parents do that. That doesn't necessarily mean that I like followed that push or whatever. Although, like, they gave me.
You never had the urge to prove yourself to the outside world.
Well, of course. I guess, like, I mean, that would be, I would lie if I would say that. Of course, you would like to prove yourself that you can do it. I mean, I came to Berlin all by myself, alone, and without a job, and I guess that's also something you want to prove. I didn't want to go home, and not like I came here like with. I saved money to spend here like a year. I was also doing production. So I had my rent paid, and I like saved like for maybe like 1 year doing Berlin. And in that year I wanted to like kick my career to the next level, or to like find a place where I could work and infiltrate. So I would be lying if I would say if I didn't care. You know, I didn't want to go home after a year and then saying it was a long holiday that I had and I didn't achieve anything other than doing long parties and meet crazy people in Berlin or something like that. So yeah, I definitely wanted to prove myself towards my family and friends, I guess. Also, you know, like, that will always be a part. And I think especially in if you choose a business like this, if you choose a path like this, what is always like already like a bit frowned upon, or it's like not so, it's not the standard choice. It maybe even is even more needed, or to prove yourself, because like it requires more effort in a way. It requires also a bit more courage to say like, okay, I don't want that. I'm gonna try to pursue my passion, my dream. And you can also like hit the wall, which I did many times also. So
yeah, I guess it's healthy to wanting to prove that you can achieve what you want and what you're passionate about, because it would be unhealthy to prove and get to where you don't want to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's healthy to prove yourself, to get, like, it's a drive. It's you add that drive to the drive you already have.
Some people like try to also like influence like what you what you want to do, like trying to like feel
totally
that you need to do what they think is cool, but that's not working with me. It's just, I mean, like, it's just not working.
It's doing the opposite with you.
Well, at least maybe not the opposite, but like definitely not like according to anybody else's standards, you know, like
for me it does the opposite. So it will, like, I'll have to prove even more if you tell me like I cannot achieve it, you know, like, you're crazy, like what you're not gonna, like me, it's like, wow, fuel, you just pumped 300 gallon of gas in my chest, buddy, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, but also like the way you should do these things, and you know, like some other people have often an opinion about it, and some very close people having very big opinions about it, and you know, that's not how it works. I need to do that on my terms, and that's my path, and it's not somebody else. Like the success that I'm experiencing, it needs to come from me, and then not because somebody else thinks it's successful, you know, because that will always make you the loser. It will always make, if it looks from outside that you're successful, but you don't feel that success yourself, it's not, then it doesn't work, you know. It needs to be my path. and not the path what somebody else thinks is success, because it's often like measured like this, like once you're successful, or like it's by many people just measured by money, you know, and numbers, because it's very easy to measure.
Yeah, you chase a life you project on, but then when you have the life, you're like, oh, but that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
But you got there, and now you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So you always like, that's my go-to philosophy now, is to create my life, you know. Like if you choose whatever, choose the life. If you choose a business, choose the life, you know, like whatever it is, music, business, a job, like choose the life. Quick break. If you're a DJ and you feel stuck, not getting bookings, not growing on Instagram, not sure what to do next, I might have something that can help you. I just launched Highbloo DJ University, where I teach exactly what I'm doing right now as I rebuild my DJ career. How to grow your DJ Instagram, how to get a fully booked calendar, and how to build a brand that actually works. It's a YouTube channel with tons of free content. Link is in the description. Now back to the conversation. What I want to do now in the podcast is have like this part for like aspiring DJs, to help them a bit with the wisdom of 30 years old DJs. So we're gonna switch into that, and you're gonna tell me what's the one thing you know now that you wish someone had told you when you were starting out.
Measuring yourself against other people, you know, that it's some sort, it forms maybe some sort of drive at some point, but it always makes you lose, or it always makes you feel bad, because there will always be something, and that's actually coming back to, it kind of ties into the previous thing, but like comparison is the thief of joy. And if you in this world, it's extremely, the comparison is like extremely big, and there's so many people, and you know, like I guess finding that, or distancing yourself from that, that's like the biggest one, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. Detach yourself from
it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy, and the younger you think, I think the younger you are, the more you are occupied with it. I guess like the older that I got, like the less I care. And that might be also something like the younger self, even if you say it, the younger self would have not be able to grasp it that good as
you need to go older. Through it.
You need to go through it, I guess, yeah.
It's a need, yeah. So it's probably a healthy process. But yeah, we're flooded with social media is not helping. But
no.
That's why I think, like, once again, to come back to like content, your content and stuff, like when you embrace this type of content and stuff, like I feel like you don't really have competition and have to compare yourself. The more you're going to be authentic, why would you compare yourself? Because if your metric is authenticity, then your metric is yourself, then you just don't have anything to compare about, you know? So that's why it's winning in every aspect.
That's true.
You know, there's only one Biesmans, there's only one Highbloo, like that's it, you know what I mean? Like just be your fucking self as much as possible. That's why like the whole chasing trend and stuff, it's just gonna ruin your life. It's not even gonna get you the right outcome, you know?
Absolutely.
That's why this podcast is called Alignment with Highbloo, you know? It's because at the end of the day, that's what pays off in your life, you know? Not in terms of followers, but even in terms of followers, it's paying off. It's to some extent, you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna get the right followers. So, okay, most upcoming DJs think getting booking is about who you know. Is that actually true? Or is it something else?
I think network is definitely a part. It's a mix. I guess it's a mix of everything. I mean, nowadays, I hear from bookers also like that they like check the Spotify stats, they check your social media engagement, I guess, what ticketing is possible. But if you have a good network, it's part, like having a network has always been important, and it is 100% sure, like something that can help you along the way. It's part where I think it's something you need to be conscious of to build. Because if you don't have a network, you better have something other that is really, really like super strong. Not that it's impossible, but I feel like if you have a good network, if you do good music, if you have some good content, you don't need to have like crazy content. You don't need to have like millions of views or whatever. Like you can just like build upon that road. A bit different. You don't need to have a breakthrough hit from day one or something. You can be consistent in all these steps, and consistent network is part of that, I think. Yeah.
And content attract those people, basically.
I don't know. I guess like you can build on your network online for sure. You can connect with the right people. You can like collaborate or whatever. It's never been more easy to connect with people, so the right content could definitely like bring you to the right network or into the right network. I mean, for me, a lot of my network was from working Watergate and connecting personally with artists and with people and the Berlin club scene, like being out there. But online, there's also networking going on like all the time. So I think like there's so many channels to reach people these days that for sure, content can be.
But it's always about like you're never never self-made. It's always about meeting someone. You know what I mean by that?
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, it's part of the process. I think there's so many people also in this industry, or you make your own party, and you become that. Like that's also an option, that you you create something like that if you want to play. But then again, you also need a network, because like it's all the community and network will always be part of this process, no matter what.
Yeah, totally. I mean, for me, like back in 2010, it was because of MySpace. I didn't know anybody, it was already like that.
I did also networking with that. MySpace got me to play across the world too. Like I got gigs from Tokyo, Japan, to Thailand. I did releases. I mean,
I got signed on Live Nation just because of MySpace, So it's like even like the road to like even the biggest shit is like sometime online.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what's happening now, because I came back 3 months ago, but but yeah, I feel like attracting, like putting your energy into making sure people know about you has the power to attract your network, because you need people to build your career. You can't just do it yourself to some extent. Obviously, you do everything yourself, but I mean, there's always people involved. You know what I mean? It's never just about you.
For sure.
You've built something that has lasted. What's the thing that most artists get wrong that makes them disappear after 2 years?
I don't know. I mean, I find it so hard to say people did something wrong. First of all,
what did you do right?
I don't know what I did right. I don't feel always that I did something right. I don't know. Like I think it's about just keep pushing on, and you need to also obviously be able to push on. Like even if times go a bit harder, and they often or maybe people will talk about it. It's not the thing that most artists talk about because it's like a roller coaster and it goes up and down, and it's never like this.
Never.
And
totally.
Even like with all the artists that I talk with, like everybody has this thing. So I think maybe if these people are not there anymore, maybe they stop pursuing this, or they said it's enough for me. And that's also valid, because like certain aspects of your life change and you don't want to be in the roller coaster anymore, and you say I had it with this. So I mean, that's also, people also disappear because they want to disappear, or that because they don't connect to this scene anymore. And maybe others disappear because like they think they're on the top of the world one moment, that nothing can happen, and they start to stop doing the thing that got them there in the first place, maybe, and they get really distracted. I see people disappearing like that too. Yeah, there's so many factors that I guess in play in this, you know.
So for you, what worked is just trying to overcome the roller coaster, flatten it as much as possible.
Staying consistent, or like try to be consistent. And even then, I mean, I'm not like a superstar DJ or anything, you know, that I'm like locked in for life or anything. Like I had good years, and I had like years. This year I'm playing less, also because I want to, but you know, like I want to play more like the right shows. So for me, it's building up again, like something like when I was playing a lot, I had also a moment where I said like I'm playing a lot of the wrong shows, so it was also not really satisfying. And I play less but right shows, and then it's also giving me this time, allowing me the space to grow in the right direction again. Because if you grow in the wrong direction, you can also end up into like bam, hitting a wall, and then you know, like you grew in the wrong direction, and you lost where you actually want to go. That's definitely also something that many artists encounter, and I feel like I was part of that. I had that too, like that I was a bit like confused, like, you know, like take a step back and create that momentum in a different way, you know, like, because momentum is always like about this having a lot of stuff going on, but if a lot of stuff going on is not the exact right path for you, then it also burns out. So I guess it's also again a mix of many things, of many factors, and consistency is one of them. Like being able to say, okay, I'm pursuing this, I keep on going, and I adjust my path. Okay, this is not working how I like it. Okay, I adjust my path. You start working more on social media. Okay, I adjust my path, and it's constantly reinvent yourself a bit in order to make it happen and to make it work.
It's not easy. Quick break. If you're a DJ and you feel stuck, not getting bookings, not growing on Instagram, not sure what to do next, I might have something that can help you. I just launched Highbloo DJ University, where I teach exactly what I'm doing right now as I rebuild my DJ career. How to grow your DJ Instagram, how to get a fully booked calendar, and how to build a brand that actually works. It's a YouTube channel with tons of free content. Link is in the description. Now back to the conversation. And like now, if you had to start from zero today with the landscape how it is now, how would you approach it? What would be your strategy, basically?
Well, first of all, on social media, of course. Like, I mean, this is where I never got into TikTok so much, but I should start maybe a bit more. But like, I guess like what I see is things can go crazy viral, and I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but at least it can offer you like a platform, and it gives you an audience. There's so much tutorials out there for producing music, so that's also something, you know, that where I see like young artists really get really good fast. It took for me like a really long time to get good, I guess, like really long, but
same.
You can like see now artists that focus really hard, in 6 to 12 months they have like really like also like the loops and everything that is there, and the tools are like crazy, and so you can focus on that, and social media, find your niche, um, yeah, these two, two, two pillars, like get your social media on point. There is like a content plan behind that, and I think self-release your music. Don't go crazy on these labels. All these labels these days are so full, and this and that. Like, create your own cosmos, maybe. Create your own cosmos with maybe a smaller community, but a genuine community, and stick to that and build it from there.
That makes total sense. That's what I'm doing right now. And I feel like I'm just, again, the 18 years old trying to make it. So that's why it's fun, and you have to start from zero. Actually, it's fucking fun, man. Because when I stopped, it's also because the same things you said, because same thing, like burning out, not really liking what I was doing anymore, lost for many reasons. Wanted to experiment something. I needed to experiment something else. So I moved to the States, and I was broke as fuck, and so eventually that helped me build other skill sets, and I became an entrepreneur, and I built businesses and stuff like that. And I loved it. I got really passionate about entrepreneurship, and it saved my life, I would say, to some extent, because I feel like now I'm in control of everything I do. I can build anything I do. I can build, as I'm rebuilding right now. It's easier for me with those tools that I built in entrepreneurship than when I was just don't get me wrong, just an artist saying
but
I didn't have the artist mindset. I only had the artist mindset, and it was blocking me. It was not helping me. That mindset. Yeah,
I understand, and I think it's good also to come back from, if you focus on one thing too hard, it can really block you, and you get, if you're also super dependent on the artist income, it will not free yourself.
Exactly.
It doesn't make you, when you create, you feel just too much pressure to create.
Yeah, exactly. So I was making so much music, 15 hours a day, but it wasn't what maybe I should have focused my time on, because it's not only about the music. And so, ultimately you're not making money, and you're like, am I just gonna be trapped in this situation forever? I want something better for myself, So I did that, and eventually it paid off, and now I can come back in music stress-free, because I built financial freedom, and I feel that's, maybe if you look at it nowadays, artists need some kind of income, financial, it's just hard, no? If you look at not considering myself these people, but the pop stars and stuff, they're all coming from rich family and stuff like that. And I'm not the guy who's gonna say everybody who's rich comes from a rich family, because I believe the other thing. But if you look at the statistics, artists in the statistics say that most of the biggest artists are all coming from a rich family, because they're stress free.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good thing to have income streams from other things. For me, for other income streams other than just touring, I also produce, I work with many artists, so I started Biesmans Studio, which is also still allows me to make music and to work with really talented people, and that's been an amazing ride so far. I mean, I love it, and I can combine it with everything that I do, and it allows me to be more free when I make my own art, that is for sure something. If you are just tied to touring, there's very small percentage of artists that that can do it, and you are like very dependent. Like if you have like good years, like they're very fluctuating years, you know, like
in every business, to be fair.
in every business for sure. But like having extra income streams will make things like a little bit less complicated. I guess.
Money is a big thing in our world.
Maybe I should have taken the 25 million.
that's why I was saying
that. Is it still on the table?
That's why I was sending back to it, because we live in a world where, you know, and I'm not against the world we live in. Like I'm a big, like I'm not a rebel at all. But there's a reality we live in that triggers scarcity in us, you know. So either you live like with an abundance mindset, or you don't. And when unfortunately you're in the artist in an artist situation, like it's tough. So you said what you would do if you were starting from zero. Like what would you say to then like those DJs who have been there for a bit more time, and who are not doing the social media thing, which they have the right not to do it.
For sure.
But do you think some might just failing in it, or like are not really taking advantage of it because it's also a big opportunity? Like what would you say about that? Like what's your take?
I mean, I would obviously like a lot of people that don't take the advantage of it. They use it without a plan. So I would say like make a plan and invest a little bit of time maybe in it, and try to find a way that shows who you are, or like shows your part of it. You don't need to share everything. If you like these days, a lot of people share many personal things, and it's nice and everything. I'm not like, I don't feel that much, you know. I don't want to show my entire day from morning to evening what I do. But like you can find a way to still like make nice content, or like try to find a way that you feel is nice for you. Invest a little bit of time in exploring it at least, and make it with a plan. Because if you make social media without a plan, it's useless basically, I think. It's like posting some screenshots or some. I mean, if you don't make it with a little bit with a plan, it's useless, I think. No, I don't.
If you fail to, there's that quote: "If you fail to plan, you plan to fail."
Yeah, yeah, but it's true. I mean, if
it's true.
There's not a little bit of a plan behind what you're doing, and then like just like in any other business, it's like really hard to succeed with that.
It's important to call it a business, you know. I think people are scared to call it a business sometimes.
It is a business, yeah, for sure. It's 100% a business, and you are the business, you're the brand, you're like, so like there are many opportunities, and I understand that it's also a lot for like some people. Not everybody wants to play this game, and that's fine also. Like, but you cannot be like just sour then that this is now happening and not investing. You know, like you cannot be like the social media. I mean, I'm also having a hate-love relationship with social media, I would say. I mean, totally. I guess everybody a bit. I wish we would be without. It's not like it for me. It's not something that I say like, I'm so happy that it's there. I genuinely think that social media times before, I kind of like. Guess I liked it more without social media, maybe. But on the other hand, I also enjoy making this content now, and try. Like, this is something that is separate from that. Like I'm creating now and finding out. I think actually, what I have to say, like the change of the algorithm these days, becoming more interest media than social media, I think it's a good thing. I like that, because before it was really
Totally.
more of about comparing.
I agree.
And now it's more like, if you are interested in science, in quantum physics, or in history,
It's
like
better now.
You can dive deep, and sometimes I like to go into like history stuff, like I love pyramids and stuff like this, and then I get like lots of this stuff, and then it's like super interesting, and I think that's the good change, because now you kind of like become small broadcaster of your own channel. Like a television channel, but you are the broadcaster. So I think that's a nicer thing, and that changed everything actually for me. Now that I think about it up loud, before it was really like about comparing yourself to other artists, and honestly, like I don't watch any other people like that are like, I don't, unless I really want to find something, but I use it, the way I consume it is more the interest, the stuff that I'm interested in, and it
feeds you.
Music, yes, and sometimes finding music and like science and synthesizers and stuff like this, and like stuff like that. That's stuff where I can get into like sort of a rabbit hole, but not like comparing myself to other artists anymore, and that I think it's a great thing. So.
Okay, one last thing that I've been curious for a long time, and that I never asked anybody, but I was born also in Belgium, so I grew up in the French part, the Walloon part. Well, I was part of the sub, so I was integrated in the Flemish part, because I was on Electrolove label. I was on Live Nation, which is like mostly Flemish anyways, but in the French part, in the Walloon part, like the people's mindset is way less entrepreneurial, okay?
Yeah.
And in the Flemish part, you have way more of that business mindset that makes you all more, I'm not sure successful is the word, but like at least everybody seems to find a way to produce and come for themselves, like even in the music scene, and what's about the Flemish that's like that in the culture,
Yeah, I don't know. I know that like in the French part, or like Wallonie, it's a bit less. I don't know why. Never thought about like the exact thing why, but
you're held more accountable or something, like you're just more like empowered to do what I don't know, or maybe you're more inspired by people in your scene. I
never thought about it like this directly. I mean, for me, like I come from a family also entrepreneurs, like my father, my uncles, like actually all of them, like all my uncles are like self-employed, or like and my father. So I grew up with close entrepreneurial mindset, and
gotcha.
And I don't know, like beyond that, I don't know, like maybe it's something in the beer we drink. Although that comes from Wallonie, like Jupiler.
Jupiler is from Wallonie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's from Jupiler. Stella Artois, maybe Stella Artois from Leuven. Maybe it's
because in Bev I thought it was a Flemish group.
I mean, InBev is like it's now super big. I mean, but Jupiler is actually the brewery.
Jupil.
Jupil, yeah.
True. Yeah, probably in the beer then. I hope you enjoyed this conversation as much as I did. Every Wednesday, I'm live on Twitch with a new episode of In Alignment With Highbloo, the Highbloo podcast. The replay drops on YouTube and Spotify the week after. See you next Wednesday.